Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Well, it's a lovely one for the fact that teams are beginning to show their talent at the World Cup. That has to do with the Women's World Cup taking place in Australia and New Zealand. A shocking one from Philippines against New Zealand. They did well there. They pipped them 1-0. Just to give you update concerning that, but we'll be taking you on the result as actually unfold. Right now, we start from the home scene. Kano Pillars. Yesterday, they unveiled their coach, that's the technical advisor, Maikaba, technical advisor, launched kits ahead of league season. They launched their home and away kits that they'll be using for the MPFL next season, and also unveil the technical crew of that particular team. Now, we look at the list of the technical crew that was actually employed by the management of Kano Pillars. Coach Maikaba as technical advisor, Abubakar as the chief coach. You have Ahmed Garba Yaru as coach, Gambo Muhammad, assistant coach, Awalu Boas as the goalkeeper trainer. Abdullahi Maikaba now will be at least at the end of affairs of that club. Let's see what he'll be offering for the next 2 seasons. They actually signed with them. He wants to turn things around with Kano Pillars. They just came back from NNL and now they are back to MPFL. What will the same music they'll be offering? They also launched a new set of kit for the home kit and also away kit. Beautiful one there. Looking at that jersey, the yellow home jersey for the team, and also the away team jersey also was unveiled yesterday. Well, looking at that particular situation there, Maikaba also spoke with the press immediately during the unveiling. Let's listen to what he said before we unveil our guests in the studio.
If you are in an environment and you know the environment very well, I believe it will help you in one way or the other to get results. More especially now that even language barrier can help me now achieve results, because most of these players are from here, and maybe I will be able to express myself to them so that they can understand, or I can be able to communicate very well to the players, and this can help the job very well. So the target at the beginning, I think, is not going to be easy because the club is just coming back from the lower division. It's not going to be easy, but with hard work, with support from the government, I believe we can be able to achieve at the end of it. This same government, I think, is the government that have won the Nigerian Premier League back-to-back 3 times for Kano Pillars. And the same government is back, so that gives me that high hope that it's going to be the same business.
Abdul Maikaba there talking about how if we turn things around with Kano Pillars players and also get a result for that team. Well, having the studio is back. Let me use that word. Olawale, it's good to have you.
Thank you, Adini. It's my pleasure to be back to the studio, and thank you. Okay, it's good to see Kano Pillars coming back to the Nigerian Professional Football League. But however, the first thing I think they need to do is to learn from their mistakes, to learn what took them to the NNL. And I think that has not been addressed now. That's the issue. The issue of their supporters, how they have to really behave themselves so that what happened will not happen again. And to be honest with you, if not because of the abridged league that were introduced, that they have to play from the Northern Conference that made them to qualify. Probably by now, Kano Pillars will still be swimming in the second-tier division. So they shouldn't think that because they got it right for the first time, the same thing will happen, they will not get it right. And the LMC that we have right now, they are very proactive. Once you do something wrong, the penalty, the sanction will come out immediately. So I think that area, they really need to address it going forward, especially when they are playing with their neighboring state. That team, Katsina. Anytime they are playing, there will be an issue. Provocation will come from somewhere, temptation will come from somewhere, and before you know it, 30 points will be deducted. What have you? I think it is something that the management really need to look into. That's number one. Then I listened to the coach also, a very good one, an experienced coach who has been with, who really knows how the Nigeria Professional Football League has been played. He has been with Eyimba, he has been with Aqua United, he has been with Plateau United, Rangers. He has been with Rangers, Enugu Rangers also, and he was one time the team manager of the Flying Eagles also, so he understands the terrain based on what he even said during this interview. But the only thing I disagree with him is the language barrier. Football has gone beyond everybody must come from my state or from my local government. If you are looking for people to deliver, it doesn't matter where they come from. They can come from anywhere. Look at Rivers United. They have a lot of foreigners in their team. So if you are talking about language barrier, I think football has gone beyond, developed more than that. I think that mindset, you really needs to really look into it. Not that you must take all your players, from because Kano. They call them Kano pillars. All your players must come from Kano pillars. You can get Chukudi from anywhere.
As long as it's good enough.
As long as it's good enough. I think that statement, I totally disagree with it. But understanding the environment, it's a very good one for him. You understand the environment, the terrain, and he has a cooling task ahead of him. Because a lot of expectation is on him to take Kano pillars to where they used to be. It's not easy to win, like he rightly said, to win the title back to back again. It's marvelous. So he has to take them to that stage again. To even move them away from when was the last time the Kano pillars even play continental football. So those should be his target. And I expected the state government through the office of the deputy governor to spell out his terms and conditions. Because if you look at the coaching crew also, if you ask me, it's like they are too much. You have a technical advisor, you have a chief coach, and you have a coach again.
Assistant coach.
You have assistant coach again. So I don't understand what you are doing with a technical advisor, a chief coach, a coach, and assistant coach. What are they really doing? So as far as I'm concerned, I think they really need to look into that so that there won't be a clash of interest. But that's what happened when you have too many people doing a little work.
Maybe it should have improved down to like maybe two or three.
No, the goalkeeper assistant and the goalkeeper trainer, it's very okay. Assistant coach is very okay. So I will normally say something that we still lack in our local league. Most of these players, what they need is someone to motivate them. So they need a psychologist, coach, that will tell you that you can do it. To psych them before the game, during the game, even after the game.
So automatically from what you are saying, a psychologist should have been in this team.
Definitely. Okay, look at all the European teams now. They have it. They have it. So, and they are even very, very important because for you to play a match, you have to be prepared physically and mentally. Now, you have these coaches that will prepare them physically. Who will prepare them mentally?
Maybe one of them is a psychologist.
So that's just the issue. That if you look at their jersey also, I think it is high time we have to really be proud of made in Nigeria, to be proud of what we have. This is very lovely.
This
is
beautiful
very beautiful.
Jersey,
and imagine if they are playing in a stadium and you have almost 80% of their supporters, their fans wearing this. Even the player also, they'll be motivated. So I think the state government, in partnership with some blue chip company, I don't want to mention anybody's name here. If they want us to mention their name, they should pay for the advert. We do that for them. That they are from Kano State. They should go into partnership with the state government. If the only way they can contribute by corporate social responsibility is buying enough jersey for their fans when they are going to the field, they should do that.
At least more revenue will come in. But the other one, the away jersey, that white, I still don't understand. Are they going to be using it to play Nigerian pitches? With the way the pitches look like, because this is very beautiful, but because of the white color.
Trust me, because of the white color, I think they should have looked for something more better, how that they can still last them. Before you know it, now you'll be asking yourself, is it really white, ash, and brown?
They will wash it.
Oh, they wash it.
Now we'll give employment to someone to take over, at least take care of that.
And that is why you said football is business. You get someone that will do what? Will do the washing for them all the time. Not that they will use only one jersey for the whole season. Probably you can have about 10 or 11. Maybe after 3 matches, the jersey belongs to you. But like I said earlier on, we have most of these companies that they are from Kano State, they are well to do. So they can buy as many as possible to support the state government, to support the team. Like, okay, I'm going to buy 10 pairs of jersey for each of the players for this season. 15 for each of the players for this season. I think it's part of what they can do to support the team.
We've been talking concerning the unveiling of Coach Abdullahi Maikaba there as the technical advisor of Kano Pillars. The same Mizuguda boys will be, they are ready now to go into action. They just launched their new jersey. They are the kit for home and also away. Good one, looking so yellowish and beautiful, just like the Kano people right now, hoping that their team will do them proud in the next MPFL season. Maikaba there being unveiled, and we hope that they will turn things around with Kano pillars. Well, from football, let's go to Benin City. Let's quickly talk about the National Handball League taking place there, Division 1 rather. National Division 1 Handball League. Chief of Army Staff extend lead. Sunshine Kings win big on day 2. The 2 results for you there. Let's look at the result of the games that we played just yesterday. Games were played, and for the men category, we have Adamawa defeating Osho United 39-24. Cross Rivers actually played draw against Yobe Boys of Kebbi. Sunshine Kings defeated Mindscope Academy 35-18. And Chief of Army Staff Shooters shut down Nasarawa Ambassadors. How did Ambassadors?
I think the Ambassadors, they are scared of the bullets
coming
from the Chief of Staff Shooters. So that's why they have to just allow the game to go. So
extra 10 points.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one. Then most of these are our local teams. They have a funny name like Yobe Boy of Kebbi. So I'm trying to Yobe Boy of Kebbi. I know Yobe is a state in the northeastern part of the country, while Kebbi is a state in the northwestern part of the country.
Just want to coin a name for them.
Now coin the name together. So it's a very good one there. And if you look at the handball now, is gaining momentum in the country, unlike what we had before. So I think more people should come in to sponsor the game, so that it won't be all about football. And most important thing is that when we are going for Olympic, we'll not be expecting medal only in football. We'll have other handball, volleyball, cycling, swimming that we'll be expecting medal to come from. I'm really happy about the way the handball is being developed and it's been given the attention it's needed in the country. So a very good one for the winners.
A good one for the winners there in the male category. Let's look at the women. 2 matches or 2 games were also played yesterday. Ekiti defeated Uniben 30-19, while Rivers Queens also actually won against Mindscope Academy women, who lost 19-24 there in that game for the day 2 women category in the National Division 1 League 2023 taking place in Benin City. Well, those are the results that just been showcased there. Good one for the team that won, and for those teams that actually lost their game, they just have to pick up the pieces and actually play well in their next game. That's handball for you. Now we talk about the women football. World Cup is still ongoing over there in Australia and New Zealand. Well, earlier today games were played, and also we'll be looking at the result between yesterday and today. Games that were played: Brazil walloping Panama 4-0. Italy, they pipped Argentina. It was a tough one between the 2 countries, Argentina and Italy, and it was the Ladies Azuris actually won that game. Germany was a total annihilation of Morocco, 6-0. They won that game. Colombia 2, South Korea 0, and then New Zealand lost against Philippines 1-0 in that game. Looking at this result, it seems maybe I should let's pick out Morocco losing against Germany. That was the biggest yesterday, and a lot of people were like, what's happening to African teams? Almost all of them except for Nigeria that drew. South Africa lost, Zambia lost by the wide margin also, and then Morocco again.
Okay, I think let's take it from the Germany and Morocco team. Yes, and they were walloped and embarrassed by 6-0. But to me, I'll still give it to the Moroccan ladies. They are the first Arab country to qualify and play at the World Cup. It's not easy. They are the first to even get to the semi-final of the Women
World Cup.
Nations Cup,
okay.
When they defeated Nigeria before they lost to South Africa in the final. So they are developing. That's the truth. They are just developing. Not that they've gotten there also. They are developing. And if you look at the trajectory from the Nations Cup to the World Cup, qualifying, it's not even an easy task. To be the first country to qualify from the Arab nations, it's not an easy task. And we're talking about Germany. They're not playing with New Zealand. They're not playing with Panama. They're not playing with Philippines. They are playing with Germany. What is the possibility? I mean, the probability or the assurance that if this same Germany team
should face us, right?
Should face Super Falcons that we've been going year in, year out, will not get the same result. So we shouldn't look at it that, oh, they've been embarrassed, what is happening to them. What is happening to them is, this is their first match, they are getting the experience. Let's wait for the next match and the third match to see what will happen before we can now say, oh, probably they only went for excursion or for the experience. But take it from me, currently right now, I'm sure their coaches will be looking at what went wrong. Yeah, you can lose, but not to that wide margin. So I'm sure the next match will be different from now. So I think it's not that bad for them. Zambia also, they lost 5-0. So that's kind of embarrassing.
And
also.
that was at least the first time at the World Cup for Zambia.
Yes. So if you look at Zambia playing at the World Cup for the first time, they lost 5-0. Look at Morocco, they lost 6-0. They are playing at the World Cup for the first time. But look at South Africa, this is not their first time, but they lost 2-1. So that means the experience came in. The, what will I call it, the confidence also came to play. Look at Nigeria also, despite that we got a red card, we still play goalless with Olympic champion Canada. So that shows that the experience really, really matters. I'm sure in the subsequent one, they will improve on what they currently have now. So what they need now is our support and our prayer to make Africa proud.
To make Africa proud there, just giving you update on the result. Colombia defeated South Korea 2-0. And for Brazil against Panama, as expected, you expect the ladies from Brazil, the Samba ladies, to win that game. And they won 4-0. More of that will be coming in our subsequent edition to give you update concerning the World Cup. Matches will also be coming up for Nigeria. It's going to be on Thursday against Australia. A big battle there will be taken on that particular story by evening. Now, let's talk about another big one in the world of transfer. We're focusing on this because of the fact that the man involved, talking about Kylian Mbappe, right now is torn between two big issues right now, because Al-Hilal, a team from Saudi Arabia, made record £259 million offer for PSG's Kylian Mbappe. That's 300 million euros. That's the biggest and largest deal so far in the world of football. And if this deal should see light of the day, it will be that Mbappe has broken two records of the highest paid player in the world of football. But right now, Al-Hilal wants to get him for a season. And you look at, if he should move there, they say he should play for a season there. There is every tendency that is himself and Real Madrid have actually agreed quietly or secretly we join them on a free. And I'm sure a lot of pundits are saying, okay, Madrid are trying to pay PSG back for what happened the last time. They will have signed him then, they didn't allow him to go. And the man is actually torn between the two. Should he go to Al-Hilal? Because we had that clause from England, are interested also. Clause from England wants him, but can they afford him right now? And from the way it is, if he goes to Al-Hilal, stay a year, then go to Real Madrid. A lot of issues here and there. Now, looking at the breakdown of this particular salary, breakdown of salary offer from Al-Hilal Saudi for Kylian Mbappe, 700 million euro per year. That's all in all. Then 58 million per month, 13.5 per week, 2 million per day, 80,000 per hour. And you break it down to per minute, you see 1,331. And you look at this money, somebody said, what? A footballer.
Adeni, why are you doing this to us in Nigeria?
I just want you to have your understanding.
With the current situation and hardship.
Somebody said, my son must play football.
With the current hardship and the inflation in the country, you are saying someone will earn 700 million US dollars per year. You have to even be
just to let people.
You shouldn't be whetting our appetite.
People should understand.
Okay, now here's my take. I'll speak on the side of PSG first, then I'll speak on the side of Kylian Mbappe second. Now, on the side of PSG, I think they don't have any choice than to allow him to go. See, PSG is, I'll take it from a work environment, a workplace environment. PSG is a company, an organization. And in an organization, once you have an employee that the mind is not there to work with you again, because there are two types of resignation. You have the physical resignation and the emotional resignation. The emotional resignation comes first before the physical resignation. And once the emotional resignation comes first, it can take you a year or 2 years before the physical resignation comes in. And when that physical resignation comes in, there is nothing anybody can do to stop that employee from leaving. It's not about money. It's all about career growth. That is what is happening
to
Mbappe and PSG. Now, Mbappe wants to win
Champions League.
He wants to win Ballon d'Or. He wants to be
World Player of the Year.
To be competing with the likes of Messi and Ronaldo, what they've achieved. Can he get that with PSG? No. He has tried it since 2017 that he moved from Monaco to PSG. And that was when they signed him for about 166 million US dollars. So he has spent about 6 years with them. So there's no light at the end of the tunnel. So the next thing for him to do is to leave. That's number one. Then number two, him going to Al-hilal, to me, if you ask me personally, currently he earns 72 million euro per annum. That is still a lot of money. And for a player that is just 24 years old, I don't think he should be looking at money for now, because him moving to Saudi League now will spend a year. What will happen to his career for the next 1 year? Will he be able to compete going to Saudi when it comes to the World Footballer of the Year?
Now,
will he be able to compete and play actively during the 2024 Euro? Will he be very active? Will he get the brand that he's looking out for? What will happen to him in terms of injury and the likes? So to me, I don't think it should be all about money. Now, the two options are this. If Real Madrid, they are very smart. PSG, they are still open to a club that can take Mbappe on loan for the next 1 year. Real Madrid can use that as an opportunity.
Get him on loan.
Getting him on loan, share the salary. And you know, after that 1 year, the contract expires, is your player. So you can get him now. Or you look at a club in England that has the money that can do it. But I will not advise Mbappe to play for a club that is not going to play in the Champions League. That is very, very, very important for his career. I'm sure his career is more important to him than the money. Now, for any what do you call it, contract, there must be offer and acceptance. Nobody have heard from Mbappe. If he's accepting,
it's only the club that accept this.
The club has accepted, but he also as a player is a major.
Of course, he has the right.
Yes, he has the right to accept the personal terms and what have you. So let's wait for what will happen between now and the next 2 or 3 days. And if he decided to stay with PSG that is not leaving,
they said he won't play for the next 1 year.
Will the PSG management team withstand the pressure of the French news journalists putting their captain on a bench for 1 good year, and when they have Euro 2024 to play? Take it from me, they will not withstand it. They cannot deal with it.
But news came out that
they
the
will
chairman,
have no choice.
They will have no choice. Saying they won't.
No, they can say a lot of things in anger when you are angry or what have you. But when it comes to reality, Mbappe cannot be on bench in PSG
for one season.
He can't even be there for 1 or 2 months. Take this from me. You know what you media people, you know what you can do. You know what you press people can do. The place will be too hot for them to say. But
seriously, Mbappe's case is a bit kind of a web right now, because the clubs are actually spitting fire that, okay, if you don't leave now, we're going to keep you on the bench for 1 year. Aside that, if he moves to Al-Hilal for this amount of money, he will play with them for a year, which Real Madrid can actually get him for free. That's what they actually play now, because when they came with the money last time, they rejected the offer. Now they're trying to pay them back their own coin. That, okay, now do our own last time, we'll do our own now. So I think to some extent, it's a bit kind of a web now around Mbappe. And Mbappe, I'm sure I can just imagine what he'll be thinking now. Okay, I'm not going to Saudi Arabia. Which club? We learned that some clubs in England, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man U, maybe they might come, but it's a bit dangerous right now.
You see, and what's the probability that Real Madrid will pay the amount of money they intend paying now if Mbappe should go to Al-hilal in Saudi League and its value depreciated? So those are the things that I'm sure he should look into. But to me, take it from me, I don't think going to Saudi is the best option for him. Like I said earlier, you should look for a club that can take him on loan, that will play in Champions League.
From there,
you're still going to pick up. His value may even increase. He may even have the opportunity of winning the Champions League with such a team.
And even the Ballon d'Or.
The Ballon d'Or. So I think that it shouldn't be all about money. We shouldn't be using our Nigerian mindset that it's all about money. It's not all about money.
It's not in Nigeria anyway. Anyway, we've been talking about Mbappe, and we'll take the last straw on the show that has to do with Galatasaray of Turkey signing the Cote d'Ivoire player. Talking about Wilfried Zaha now. Zaha has joined Galatasaray, and it's a shocking one because a lot of people were thinking maybe we'll go to Saudi or any other playboy. He has moved to Turkey.
Okay, I know Al Nassr also bidded for him, and together with the likes of Lazio, they bidded for him also, but he went to Galatasaray. I'm not surprised, because if you look at the club he went to, they are the most successful club in Turkey. They're the only club that have won both the UEFA Cup and the Super Cup in 2000. And they've won over 21 trophies. And if you look at Zaha currently now, he has no trophy in his cabinet. So what he's looking out for is to win something. And where can he win something in the next 1 or 2 years? Staying at Crystal Palace, which they offered him additional 4 years deal, you turn it down. That's what I said earlier on. You get to a stage in your career that what matters to you is what? Is growth. It's not all about money. So that's why I think he went to that club, and it's a very good one for him.
A good one for Galatasaray, getting Wilfried Zaha there to join them and actually in that team will be flying it straight for next season. That will be it on the show. 360 Sport on Trust TV. Olawale has been doing the business, even though your club Chelsea are yet to get who they want.
Don't worry, we'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that. Okay, Adeni G. Shafe, thanks for watching.